Hello, I am Zach OJ. I've been pretty happy with the way I've been performing at this raid tier. I do have a problem with the way I've been playing Rashanan. I need to figure out what's going on here and see why I have such a low median. So I recorded the last Rashanan that I did Friday, I think. And so I wanted to watch this and see what I did wrong. When I do Rashanan, I do not run Caustic Spatter. I run Internal Bleeding. It's the way we progress the fight. I don't need to do spatter to do damage to the boss. It's unnecessary, and it's just kind of a way to pad because we have two warriors that are both planning around the ads and such. So no need for me to be doing AoE when I could just be doing more to the boss. I have considered it though because for some reason Internal Bleeding is just doing such little damage on this fight. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the way I am playing it or if it's just the way the fight works. There are stark differences between the best log that I did, which was the 97 that I did last week. So I wanted to figure out what I did right in this one to really compare that, because this last week I did a 76, just doing much less damage. So I needed to find out why that was. I want to know. I'm very competitive and I want to improve myself. Back into the video. So a problem that just happened right here was really late vanish. This, you want the Master Assassin to be up for the last 6 seconds of your Kingsbane, and I'm completely missing 2 seconds inside of the Kingsbane. Pretty big in the scheme of Kingsbane, comparing to the length of it. So that's the first mistake I make on this fight. And so we vanish really late. Big mistake. Everything else on this opener is correct. Nothing different here. I reapply Rupture fast enough. So this is just specific to the boss. This is really uncharacteristic of me. I'm not usually getting hit by these. There's no reason to move until the entire frontal is done. Just stupid mistake. No need to do that. But I do think that is not why I did low damage. I'm completely out of CDs. It did not matter that I got hit by that. It's a little bit of damage, but that's okay. So the mistake I make here is, so I'm refreshing the Rupture and I go into this Kingsbane rushing it way too fast on this Kingsbane without having an Envenom up. That's going to play a lot into the damage that I do, the poison application chance. I'm kind of just rolling the dice at that point when there's no reason to have shoved that Kingsbane that fast. I could have just easily built up enough combo points and then Envenomed and then started this. I also could have, you see in this, so I've reapplied the Rupture. And then right here, it's going down to 5 seconds. I can hit the Garrote, use the Darkest Night, and go straight into the Kingsbane with an Envenom buff up so that I have the increased poison chance. That's a mistake. That's going to lead to Kingsbane damage being lower as well. And then I'm also, you see how that compiled into my Kingsbane is I had to refresh Garrote during the Kingsbane. So I get ads here, I cloak for the ads. Okay, this is another mistake as well. So let me go back to show you what I did wrong. So I reapply Garrote there, Envenom here. Right here, I need to reapply this Rupture. And instead, I send an Envenom. So then the Envenom makes me want to use this Darkest Night proc, and my Rupture is just running out. So in my head, I'm not paying attention that the strands are in 0.2 seconds. So I'm sending this Envenom and then just gonna shambles try to get all my combo points back up and use a Rupture. And I get punished for that. I get the mechanic. I have to go out. So then you see the situation I'm in when I come back to the boss is my Garrote is falling. My Rupture has not been on the target for I don't even know how long. This is really bad. You can see it on my energy. I have no regen. A little trick with the boss. You can hit him in certain little spots when he flies away. I think it's being straight under him you can hit him. So I have this little X in the middle of my screen shows when you can't target the boss. It's just a little weak aura that I use. So what I did here was I pre-moved and then hit him with the Darkest Night. Man, this Deathmark is terrible. This Deathmark is an actual monstrosity. So let me break this down. Okay, so we go into the Deathmark. I properly prepped this one. So I got an Envenom out and then we do the regular sequence. So I Envenom, that's okay there. Right here is where the first mistake happens. I need to refresh this Rupture, but instead I Envenom. So because I made the wrong decision initially, I get paralyzed with all these different decisions and I'm trying to think of all the rules in my head of what is the correct button to press here. So I think my brain just kind of freezes up and can't pick what I'm supposed to be doing because I have Shiv dropping, which I'm going to need a Shiv soon. I have Rupture dropping, which I'm going to need a Rupture soon. I have Darkest Night up, which I need to spend as soon as I can. So I decide to Shiv, and then you'll see from this glow here, this is how I remind myself that I need to use Vanish for Master Assassin like I talked about in the first Deathmark. Big difference. And so the decision that I decided to make here is not even reapplying my Garrote here, which I should have to cap out my combo points, but I did not reapply the Garrote. I did not reapply the Rupture. I did not Master Assassin, losing damage as we speak. As long as this glow is up, up, I'm losing damage. Darkest Night is up, I need to proc that as soon as I can. The decision I decided to make was to use the Darkest Night. So then after I use my Vanish, I reapply the improved Garrote, my Rupture falls, and now I have my Rupture up. So that's that. My second Deathmark was misplayed. Just to sum up, it was me not reapplying this Rupture here. That is the catalyst that created all of this. I decided to Envenom here. All of my stuff's running out, and I'm just losing GCDs. So I can already see the next mistake. The next position is coming in 4 seconds, and my Rupture has 10 seconds on it. Definitely should just reapply there. There's no reason to not reapply there, because now it's in Pandemic, it's in 8 seconds. And so then again, this is another opportunity for me to reapply stuff. I'm able to hit the boss right here. I think it's like when you're right under him, you can hit him. But if I had banked up combo points and then just sent the Rupture as I was running, this would be way better than whatever's about to happen. So you can see I'm running, my Rupture's falling. So what am I gonna do here? I decide to Rupture, and then I go straight into the Kingsbane. This again with this instant Kingsbane that I'm doing. I don't need to be doing this. I need to be getting up this Envenom. There's no point in not doing this. My shivs are good here. I do see another problem that could be coming. Next position in 8 seconds, and I have 13 seconds on my Rupture, 8 seconds on my Garrote. I don't think I noticed that. Right here, I send it. I have a Darkest Night proc that I used. I should have just been paying attention to this. Right there, when I jumped, I could have Garroted, and instead now my Garrote's falling off, my Rupture's falling off, all of my CDs are up. Am I going to panic and press them all? Let's see. My Rupture, and then yeah, I go straight into just sending my CDs without envenoming. That's another big loss on this. There's no need to be rushing this fast. The boss has 800 million health. I'm gonna have time to get this entire Deathmark out. This was rushed for no reason. Slow Vanish, just very slow. You see 2 seconds left. Another big mistake right here. I Garrote into Vanish. That is just insanely bad. Then this is all fine. There's no way I can mess up the end of this. I should be sending the Shiv a little bit earlier now because, I mean, the boss is gonna die. Yeah, I would have gotten more value out of that Shiv, but the big thing is this sequencing. Every single Deathmark that I did in this fight was messed up. So Shiv, I should Shiv into Vanish, Garrote, and just I Garrote, Vanish, very bad. Having that improved Garrote up during the Deathmark is really big. You're doubling your bleeds with the Deathmark. So yeah, so this is what I messed up with on Rashanan. These are the things that you can easily miss and easily not pay attention to. I need to be looking at these timers, paying way more attention to when the boss is going to fly away. My bleeds cannot be running out while I'm running to the boss. I need to be using my Envenom before the Kingsbane. There's no reason I should have been rushing that much. As you can see by the end of this fight, I have 30 seconds left on my Kingsbane. That means I had plenty of time to just do 2 more globals and get an Envenom out before each of the Kingsbanes and that Deathmark at the end. What I'm going to do next week to improve is just be paying really close attention to the flyaway, the web timer, and just really maximizing the amount of damage my character can do. And so you see in the logs, it's very obvious how much I messed up here. This Kingsbane is losing by about 4 million damage. This Deathmark is losing by about 8 million damage. My Garrote has about 3 million damage lost. That's because of that improved Garrote downtime that I had. My Rupture is just 48 million. This is ridiculous to be losing this much damage, and it's because I lost uptime very bad. From now on, we're gonna have 99s only on Rashanan. I did last week or this week. I got 6th on Rashanan, or 6th on Sikron. My Sikron's pretty well played. I got 6th on Sikron, so I'll make sure to. I do pretty well on Sikron, so I can show the way that I play Sikron, the little tricks that I have, as well as Bloodbound and Olgrax. Olgrax, I do pretty well. This is boss damage as well, so I'm not padding. I'm not doing some cringe ad stuff. I don't need to be doing that stuff. I need to hit the boss. That's my job. So I'll be recording those on my next week clears. I didn't record them this week because I just kind of forgot. I wanted to record Rashanan because I knew it was kind of when the bosses get a little bit more involved, but I can show you guys what I do on the other bosses. I'll record them for next week, and I'll have videos out explaining what I do. But yeah, thank you for learning with me. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something.